So why don't we trust salespeople, right? So first of all, psychologically, we don't really trust strangers, right? Somebody walks up to us in the street, especially now in COVID world, excuse me, 6 feet, right? We're very, very avoidant to people that we don't really recognize in most scenarios. We also find salespeople in many cases, they may not listen, right? They have their own spiel. They want to think telemarketers, right? You pick up the phone, somebody's talking at you right away. Immediately, I'm like, nope, don't want to listen to that. And it's a lot of very, buyers are still seller centric, right? So it used to be, we're so used to the sellers, we as the sellers having the power, right? And traditionally, that was always the case. We always had the power. We were the ones that had all the information. We were the ones that could tell you the comparative stuff. But then, of course, the internet changed all of that. So now our buyers are really, really savvy. Makes it harder for us to build that trust, especially if we're not being honest. Buyers can also get annoying, right? So we want to avoid that incessant follow-ups, right? And there's definitely some balance there between, what as customers can do for us as salespeople and just telling us a no, right? Many times we just want to hear an answer instead of just, I'll think about it. So that follow-up can get really annoying. We know we have a built-in bias. Like I work at HubSpot, so I'm not going to be selling you Salesforce, right? So there is some bias in there that, of course, I'm going to be choosing our own products over our competitors. And everybody has some sort of bad association, right? Whether it's car salespeople, insurance salespeople, right? Ambulance chasers. There's always some kind of like, you're just trying to sell me because you have a number and it's very about you. It's not about me as a person, what I need. So really all that boils down to is the fact that a lot of salespeople haven't evolved completely into what it takes to be successful, not just in, just the 2020s, but in COVID world, right? So even if it wasn't COVID, a lot of these things are still true, but in COVID, it's even truer.